Welcome to Port St. Lucie. This is Professor Tefero for the Belt and Road Research Guide. And the lesson we're going to cover tonight is Sri Lanka and Saudi Arabia. How do they fit into the maritime route? Well, let's look at Sri Lanka first because that's the first stop before Saudi Arabia. When the Chinese ships get to Sri Lanka, um, they will be picking up a large shipment of Indian goods. Why? Because they're not going to go to Calcutta. They're not going to take that 1,000-mile trip up the coast and then take another 1,000 miles trip down the coast and spend how many weeks going up and down the Indian coast. They're going to pick up Indian goods that are shipped to Sri Lanka. You don't want to ship your goods to Sri Lanka? We're not going to pick them up. That's pretty much going to be the attitude of the Chinese businessmen. And that's a reasonable attitude because why should they make those extra long trips just for a few more dollars? Um, After the goods are picked up in Sri Lanka, the ships will continue to Djibouti, where they will pick up African goods, and then after they pick up the African goods in Djibouti, they will continue up the Red Sea until they get to Saudi Arabia, and they will pick out any one of three major ports in Saudi Arabia. Each of these ports will be competing with each other to sell oil at the lowest price to the Chinese businessmen going up the Red Sea. The same ports will be competing when the Chinese businessmen come back down the Red Sea corridor. And so the competition will be fierce to get the business of the Chinese ships. So the Chinese ships will get excellent prices for their Arabian oil before they get to Egypt. They can store the oil in Egypt if they want, or they can store other goods in Egypt, or they can just take all the goods and go directly to either Italy or Greece. My estimation is that they will go to Italy because Italy has modern bullet trains, whereas Greece is more dependent on boating. And while there's nothing wrong with shipping, bullet trains are faster and probably much less expensive. So the Chinese businessmen will probably go to northern Italy and Florence and bring their goods there. The two main factors here, on the way and on the way back, will be Saudi Arabia and Sri Lanka. Saudi Arabia for the oil, which is paramount for most of the Chinese businessmen, and Sri Lanka for Indian goods, which is a major factor for many of the Chinese traders as well. Now, India is already upset with China over border disputes and the problems in the Himalayas. But the real reason that India is upset with China is because they're not included in the Belt and Road. The Chinese businessmen aren't going to stop in Calcutta. They're not going to stop in the major, Indian cities. They're only going to stop in Sri Lanka. And that's the real reason that India is ticked off at China. But there are alternatives for India, which we will discuss in future lessons. But for tonight, be rest assured that Sri Lanka and Saudi Arabia will be major components in the Maritime Belt and Road. This is Professor Tefero from Port St. Lucie wishing you a happy night and a healthy night. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.